Protests in Mexico City, led by Gen Z to fight insecurity and corruption. Tensions escalate
que pretenden que sean amenazantes
as Nicolas Maduro prepares Venezuela for potential U.S. military action. And 'tis the season.
I always see this as like a holiday tradition, like for the future.
The opening of Miami's newest Christmas theme park.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Dylan Pizzay.
And I'm Brenda Miranda. Today is Monday, November 17, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Gen Zers take to the streets of Mexico to demand better. A major march occurred in Mexico, and for the first time, it was led by Gen Z.
Thousands took to the streets to protest government corruption and other injustices. CNN's Valeria Leon attended the march and has more on the story.
This is the first Gen Z major march in Mexico. Thousands of people have taken to the streets protesting government corruption and also demanding justice for the killing of Carlos Manzo, a mayor of Uruapan. This is a small municipality in western Mexico. He was killed in broad daylight during a Day of the Dead celebration on November 1st. And protesters started in the main monument in Mexico City, and then they walked along this main avenue toward the National Palace. They're voicing their frustrations about their future, the uncertainty, and specifically unemployment. They're against President Sheinbaum's government. However, the government has dismissed this protest, saying or arguing that behind it are far-right groups. Also this week, President Sheinbaum pointed out at opposition leaders who are behind this protest. What we've seen here is the anger of young people frustrated about the conditions of the country.
It feels awful to live in a country where you can't go out safely because you're afraid you might get robbed or that you might not come back.
And also the violent context where they have to grow up and carry on. And this is part of their reactions.
We are a generation that feels proud to raise our voices, but at the same time, it's unfortunate that we have to do it because we should have a safe Mexico.
We're talking about 30 million people that represents this generation, Gen Z. Their ages between 15 and 29 years old. This is about a quarter of Mexico's total population, a demographic that makes Gen Z a political and crucial force in the country. Valeria Leon, CNN, Mexico City.
Tensions are escalating between the United States and Venezuela as the U.S. prepares for military action. CNN's Stefano Pozibon has the latest from Caracas, Venezuela.
The Venezuelan leader, Nicolas Maduro, has said that more than 4 million Venezuelans have taken an oath to defend the country in case of an attack from the United States. On Saturday, several top officials from the Maduro's government were seen across different cities in Venezuela participating in ceremonies where allegedly regular people were pronouncing the oath. Now, CNN cannot independently verify these figures. However, they show that the government and Maduro personally are taking the possibility and the risk of a U.S. attack on Venezuelan soil very, very seriously. This is happening as the U.S. Department of Defense has announced that U.S. forces will join the military of Trinidad and Tobago, which is an island just a few miles from the coast of Venezuela, in military drills starting on Sunday. And Maduro had also words for that event.
These are intended to be threatening to Venezuela, which does not allow itself to be threatened by anyone. They say they will do this from Monday to Thursday. The people of Trinidad and Tobago will see whether they continue to allow their waters and land to be used to seriously threaten the peace of the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump has said on Air Force One that he has almost made up his mind of what to do with Venezuela. Across the last week, several sources in the White House told CNN that the president had been briefed across military plans to take direct action in the country. Maduro told CNN on Thursday that he was still hoping for peace to prevail in this confrontation with the government of the U.S. However, the announcement on Saturday showed that tensions are still destined to escalate. For CNN, this is Stefano Pozzebon, Caracas.
2 people are dead and 3 are injured after a shooting in Newark, New Jersey. Authorities say it is still unclear what took place on Saturday night. The 2 victims who passed away were a 10-year-old boy and a 21-year-old woman. The 3 other victims are reported to be in stable conditions. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has requested prayers for the victims and their families.
People are clamoring this morning for the government to make more of the Jeffrey Epstein files public after 20,000 emails were released last week. President Trump suddenly and unexpectedly encouraged House Republicans to vote for the release of the files last night. This comes after months of the president calling the files a Democrat hoax. Survivors of Epstein protested yesterday, holding up photos of their teenage selves when they allegedly met the disgraced financier.
20 people are injured this morning after a large chemical plant explosion near Buenos Aires, Argentina. The plant exploded on Friday and had large-scale fires. The flames were put out on Saturday, but the large amount of smoke led to several planes being delayed or diverted.
The city of Miramar is stepping up to support families who are feeling the strain this holiday season. A massive turkey drive brought out city leaders, volunteers, and hundreds of residents. Caplin News reporter Dawn Booth shows us how the community came together.
The city of Miramar kicks off its annual turkey drive here at the regional Miramar Park, where families are getting provided the essential needs and goods to make this year Thanksgiving feast special.
Oh, we're super happy we're getting our turkey today.
For many of the volunteers and workers, this drive isn't just about giving out food. It's about coming together as a community and making the holidays a little brighter for everyone.
Working in the community means I have first-hand information as to what is happening. I see residents in their environment and connect to them as humans, so I love that. We're doing it because we love it, and so it's a family. It's a family working together.
Organizers say the turnout is higher than previous years as rising prices and delays in assistance programs push more families to seek support this holiday season.
We are doing this because we know the need in our community. And although we know it takes a lot from our staff and our partners, everyone to bring something like this together for the community, we know the importance of it. And that is why we know we have people out there online for food distribution, because we do have issues of food insecurity here in our city, and this is how we are addressing it, along with additional food drives that we intend to have moving forward.
The crew has been here from about 6 this morning, and it takes a lot of work in terms of planning and doing the logistics of it, and then just managing the traffic flow. And I'm thankful to the staff, especially the Parks and Recreation Department, that they come out here early and work so hard to make this happen. Right now, especially just within the government shutdown, we have so many families hurting. And I mean, food insecurity is one of the major issues in our communities. And the city is always willing to help the residents of the city of Miramar. And whatever it takes, we're going to make it happen.
We love events like this. It goes a long way.
And that wraps up a successful drive for the families here in Miramar. The workers say things like this is what makes them show that they're doing exactly what they were elected to do. They're happy to see the families fed and walking away with smiles on their face. I'm Dawn Booth, reporting for Caplin News.
A star surprises astronauts with power our own sun hasn't even come close to, Miranda.
That's still ahead, and so is the story. New exhibits making Floridians ask, can I believe this or not? Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Florida's most strange museum invites guests to peek into their hidden wonders. With the holiday season just around the corner, South Florida's iconic holiday Christmas parks are gearing to open up.
But there will be a new twist added in this season's lineup. Caplin News reporter Valeria De Souza has more.
This year, the Ripley's Believe It or Not franchise is making its holiday debut here in Hialeah's Amelia Earhart Park, bringing its famous illusions with a holiday twist.
It has been tough since it's the first year we have Ripley's Believe It or Not here in Hialeah, but I believe that Ripley's is mixing the Christmas and their own traditions. You feel like, why is this here? But at the same time, it's a cool attraction and it sets the environment of not only Christmas, but Ripley's Believe It or Not combined.
Beyond the lights and attractions, Ripley's partnered with specialty performers to bring some of the signature weird authenticity to the experience.
So we initially got started with this event because of Ripley's. We travel all over the country performing with Ripley's. So I mean, we're what you call Ripley's ambassadors. We've been in the book. A lot of the performers on our show have been in multiple books or on their TV show. So that's one of the main reasons why we're here, because it's Ripley's Christmas Park.
And for guests, especially kids, the park becomes a place to discover what's real, what's strange, and what could turn into a new holiday tradition.
I would see this as like a holiday tradition, like for the future, for sure. Especially for like my family, because we're like really big and it's like a lot of like little kids. So I find this like very interactive for all ages.
Residents can now come and experience all this and more starting this weekend all the way through January 4th. For more details, visit caplinnews.fiu.edu. In Hialeah, I'm Valeria De Souza, Caplin News.
Astronomers say they have spotted a giant explosion released by a star beyond our solar system. Scientists say the blast came from a red dwarf star planet about 130 light years away. They warned the explosion could strip the atmospheres of nearby planets. Researchers say the blast was tens of thousands of times stronger than anything our own sun can unleash. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Brenda Miranda.
And I'm Dylan Bazet, and you can get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.